Ladies and gentlemen, today I'll be talking about the tough parts of being a famous person. We'll look into the struggle celebrities face to stay famous and the struggle they have to realize who their real friends are. Imagine always feeling like you have to do something big or overwhelming just to stay famous. It's like running alongside a train of relevancy that never slows down. This constant chase might make people do things they wouldn't normally do just to stay famous. And then there's the problem of knowing who your true friends are. Take Ashraf Hakimi, for example. If it wasn't for the fact that he put his whole fortune in his mother's name, the football star could have easily gone broke. Can any of us imagine how much it devastated him to realize the woman he thought was his soulmate for life was just there to take his money and go away? Can any of us imagine how hard it was for him to cope through this entire situation while still playing as a forward in his team, PCG? And there's another more famous example, Johnny Depp and Amber Heard. Before this case even happened, they were already divorced and another debate was already settled in the UK. And after they got to Virginia, United States, she sued him once again and made a defamation suit. In the defamation suit, she said that he abused him, which back in the UK court, she didn't say at all. And after this court, Amber Heard grew in popularity 16 more times. I mean, if we look at someone and say, did you know her before the court even happened, they're most likely going to say no. Even though she lost a lot of money, and it probably hurt John Depp's image, she didn't care because she got more famous. The idea that sacrificing something from your life to become famous is already ridiculous too. In a research done by David C. Giles, an anonymous celebrity said that she left his children to her mother so that she could go on concerts outside the country. Now, at the start, this was just it. But as she got more famous, she had to leave her child more and more. So instead of weeks, this turned into months. And can any of us imagine how much it hurt the mom and the child at this situation? The mom not being able to see his own children, and the children not knowing who his mother is, except for when he sees him on the television. So, being a celebrity isn't always the sunshines and rainbows it seems to be. It's a struggle to know who our real friends are. Now, my first question is trying to alongside a train of relevancy a good thing for a human being, even if it means sacrificing their sanity and authentic relationships? My second question is... Can you repeat the first question, please? Is trying to run alongside a train of relevancy that never slows down a good thing for a human being, even if it means sacrificing their authentic relationships and sanity? My second question is it acceptable to blame individuals for fake friendships and fame when the culture itself supports the idea of being opportunistic? Thank you.
Thank you, debater. Do you want him to repeat his question? Okay. Thank you for using your time. Okay. Hello, everyone. Today I will be talking about how fame can affect people and how much pressure we can put on celebrities. To show everything in a more obvious way, I would like to give you an example by using this spotlight and then apple. Can you look at me? This apple represents a regular person, and the spotlight represents the spotlight of fame. As you can see right now, this apple is a regular apple, but when I shed the spotlight of fame on that apple, right now you can see it more clearly, and every imperfection, every flaw is obvious, and now people can judge this person because they can see everything. And this person may not be happy right now, but it doesn't matter anymore because right now he is famous and he can't make any mistakes. And I think this example can be related to a very important topic, issue about fame, the pressure to be perfect. People are not scrutinized only for their talents, but also for their behavior, social life, and appearance. And whether what you do is good or bad, there still will be pressure and expectations. For a good thing you do, people will be asking for more and expect you to do what they want. And for a bad thing you do, people will criticize you and make you feel unhappy, which can cause stress or anxiety according to scientific researchers. Furthermore, the mental health challenges faced by famous individuals are well documented. Despite their seemingly glamorous lives, many celebrities struggle behind the scenes with anxiety, depression, and substance abuse. A study conducted by researchers at King's College London found that celebrities are at a higher risk of experiencing psychological distress compared with the general population, which clearly demonstrates that being famous is not always a good thing. And this distress can manifest in various ways, from public breakdowns to tragic outcomes like suicide. And the tragic loss of Amy Winehouse and Robin Williams serves as a stark reminder of the toll that pain can take on mental health. Also, I'd like to give you a scientific example too. A notable study published in the Journal of Health Psychology by Dr. Sarah Jensen and her colleagues from Harvard University examined the relationship between fame and emotional regulation. The researchers found that fame was associated with heightened emotional reactivity and decreased ability to regulate emotions effectively. The celebrities reported experiencing more intense emotions to both positive and negative stimuli, leading to fluctuations in mood and well-being. Furthermore, neuroimaging data revealed that fame may have lasting effects on neural functioning. And take your time, it's okay. You still have time. These findings underscore the importance of understanding the psychological consequences of fame, developing targeted interventions to support celebrities on managing their mental health and regulate their emotions. And I'd like to ask you a question too. If fame is always a good thing, then how can you explain the pressure to be perfect on the psychological challenges celebrities are facing with? I mean, if it's perfect, if it's a good thing all the time, how can all those can be a good thing, all those problems? Thank you for your attention. Thank you. Okay. Now we will continue with the second part of our debate. You will each have 3 minutes, and you can answer the question in this round, but you cannot ask questions. Okay, just a little. 1 minute or something like that might be a little much. It's okay? Okay. You can start.
I am here again to give another example about my topic and, of course, answer your questions. First, I want to talk about M.T.A.L. She was a young girl who fought with cancer for all years of her life. She beat cancer 3 times, but unfortunately, she couldn't win at the 4th. But she always said, don't say they lost. Say their war was great for the others who struggled with cancer. And she started a YouTube channel to tell people about her story, to find support in them. And she achieved her dream. She reached millions of people, and people supported her. They called her Iron Woman, and even though we lost her, they still remember her. And before we lost her, of course people motivated her to hold life better, because it was all she had, and people loved her, people supported her, people motivated her. And not only people motivated her, she motivated other people with her fame. Other people who struggled with cancer, children who struggled with cancer. They took her as an example for themselves, and it was good for her. And she used her fame with this, and it was good for her. And even though we lost her, her work was great. Now, I want to answer some of your questions. First of all, you say that Johnny Depp and Amber Heard case, and she got famous. But actually, yeah, she got famous, but it's not a bad thing for her. She used it. She used the case for being famous. It's actually a good thing for her, because she got famous. And because Johnny Depp is famous, he got so many support. So his fame was good for her. And their case was not about really fame, it was about their relationship, which is really toxic. And another question of yours, you said that there was a famous person who had to leave their child to give concerts, but she didn't have to. Like, if fame wasn't a good thing, if fame wasn't a great thing, why would she leave her child behind to be famous? Like, she didn't have to be famous. She could just leave the fame thing all behind and be with her children who hold her. And I guess that's all for me for now. Thank you for listening.
Thank you, debater. Now we will continue with the second debater. You have 3 minutes. You can start.
Thank you. First of all, I want to start with the first debater's second example. Well, yes, he got lynched a lot, but we know that he gave crazy amount of followers and money on social media doing that thing. That was a successful way to get popular, and we all know that. So, I'm here again to prove my point with some striking examples. I will mention about 2 people here. So let's start with the first one. Kylie Jenner. What did Kylie Jenner do? Kylie Jenner was a famous American model who already had a fame coming from her family. Now, the thing I'm going to talk about is how Kylie Jenner successfully turned her fame to an amazing opportunity on investing. So, with the fame she had, she decided to create a brand named Kylie Products, which was a makeup brand. She sponsored her own brand, announcing the brand to millions of fans, causing it to blow, even though it isn't even an ordinary makeup brand. With this normal brand, she gained millions of dollars. She had fans that would do anything for her, who loved her. She announced the brand saying it was her brand, causing it to build strong trust on people. She used her products and advertised it. Now, I have a question for all listeners here. Would it be possible for someone to advertise their brand with just hiring sponsors? So, with this example, I proved my point on how fame could actually support their income with extra chances on investing. Dear listeners, let's get to our second example. The person I'm going to talk about is Arda Güngör. Who is Arda Güngör? Arda Güngör is a 16-year-old hairstylist who has 1.4 million followers on Instagram. He gains crazy amount of money from what he does. Could you guess why I put it in my speech? If you focused on my sentence which says a 16-year-old hairstylist, you might have thought about it. But for real, how could a 16-year-old guy could get this much money and trust? First of all, we all know that we wouldn't trust a 16-year-old guy to cut her hair, right? But more than trust, he gets extra money from hairstyling. I think we can now argue on how fame could actually help us achieve what we actually can't. Thank you all for listening.
Thank you, debater. Now we will continue with the third debater. You can start.
I want to thank my friend Hamdi for his speech and greetings everyone again.
Now I want to give further examples to support my idea and my speech that I talked about before. So for the first example, I want to talk about Edison and Tesla's situation. As you may know, Edison discovered direct current, which is also known as DC, and it is a type of electrical current. And Nikola Tesla discovered alternating current, AC. And there was a competition between the two of them whether it was AC or DC better. And Edison had a company at that time, and he was a very, very well-known engineer. So his work on direct current was seen as a masterpiece from a master. He used his fame to prove that his invention was way better than Tesla's. That also constantly grew his company bigger and bigger, basically being known as one of the greatest inventors of all time. On the other side, Tesla wasn't as famous as Edison. He didn't have a chance to showcase himself and his talents, not as much as Edison, therefore causing him to lose his motivation to do better and work on many more projects that would change the world maybe, and possibly causing both for himself and our society to lose his genius idea. So we can be sure that actually fame helps us to rebrand ourselves and help us gain our motivation. And without fame, we don't have a place to showcase ourselves or our talents. Now let's talk about a case where fans have directly improved the celebrity's mental health. Serdar Ortaç has been diagnosed with multiple sclerosis, which is an incurable disease that causes you to not being able to move at all in just a short span of time. Being diagnosed with that kind of a disease has a lot of mental health challenges as well. Thinking that you won't be able to move at all in just 15 to 20 years is pretty depressing. So it is more than common to have depression between patients who have multiple sclerosis. But in Serdar Ortaç's case, where he has been diagnosed with multiple sclerosis about 8 years, but he's in a better condition than most of the patients who has been diagnosed with multiple sclerosis for 8 years as well. He is still talking and singing, and he is still kind of walking. You can always see how he's so grateful for his fans for supporting him, making him feel better, and his fans, therefore his fame, made him got better psychologically, which has a huge impact on our body and our physiological health. Now, think about all of the geniuses who has changed the world or could change the world. What is the one thing they have in common? Their popularity. We can see that those change makers being famous was a necessity for them, aside their talent, brains, and knowledge. Now, for the questions you asked, you said pressure was a bad thing. Pressure is a really negative word. If you say pressure, everyone thinks that it is something bad, but it can be really good for us as well. So celebrities have a chance to become their ideal person with all that pressure. It doesn't always have to be bad. So thanks for listening.
You can summarize it if you want to.
Oh, okay.
Little.
So it also gives us a chance to become our ideal person with that pressure. That was all. Thanks again.
Made me use the bell. I really love it. So we will continue with the opposition side, and you have 3 minutes. You can ask for the question.
First of all, I would like to emphasize what you are defending. You are defending being famous is always a good thing. And if you are saying something is always, there should be no exception. If there is only one exception, always stops being always. And if you understand my point, I am starting with my first counter-argument. You said that fame brought money. Yes, it does. But does it bring money management skills? I can give a lot of examples from NBA. Allen Iverson, Wim Baker, and Tony Walker. These guys are very rich when they are current players. But when they retired, they lost their everything. Yes, sometimes they were rich. But look at them now. They are poor. They are same as they are equal to homeless people at streets. And I would like to continue with my second counter-argument. You mentioned fame caused global recognition. Am I wrong? I think I'm not. Yes, it does. Maybe it can sometimes a good thing too. But is it always a good thing? But maybe yes, you have some fans. But we need to look other side of coin. You have haters too. Maybe your fans loves you, but your haters hate you. Please remember what happened to Tablet Rize. He got lynched, but I would like to give any other example about it. Maybe you know Dan M.T.A.L. He was all guitarist of the Pantera band. He was all guitarist of the Pandora band because he is killed by his haters. He is killed while he was playing his guitar at a concert. Really, is it worth to die because of you are good at doing something good? Is that good? It's always a good thing. Please tell me this. So, can you guarantee? Imagine I'm a famous people. Can you guarantee I wouldn't kill like Dimebag like that? You cannot guarantee it. Finally, I think I have explained everything clearly, and please know that I'm not saying your examples are not true. Yes, they are sometimes it can be true, but we are talking about always. Is it always good? If you are saying it's always good, and if I say there is only one exception, it breaks your rule. It breaks your proof. Thanks for listening to me. Thanks for everything.
Thank you, debater, for using your time wisely. Now the second debater can speak.
First of all, you said that she used the court to get famous, right? But I didn't say that she lied about abuse. And it was so hard for Cayeli that the court ruled a 15 million defamation case. But the state's law didn't approve of that, and that was lowered to 10 million. But Cayeli didn't want that money and said, well, give me $1 million and then I'll donate the rest of the money. And for the second thing you have called is that if we are not enough famous, we cannot tell about our projects because they will get stolen. But if we look at people who are already famous, like Picasso, in a story, in a time he goes to Poland and he makes a basic Scrabble on a wall. It is so important for things that they don't care how it looks, but who did it. And it's kind of a problem in there because it doesn't matter how good you are if you are famous. It's who did it. And you have said another question about how the child was left, and that was a good thing because somehow it was for fame. Well, now the anonymous celebrity said that she didn't. If she got back in time, she wouldn't have done it. She would have spent more time with her son. And now the son is broke apart with his mother because how she left him back then. And the celebrity said that it wasn't worth it because she didn't become rich, she didn't become famous enough, and now she lost her son. She did big sacrifices and got nothing. There are millions of people who try to be famous and sacrifice so much things, but in the end they get nothing out of it. Thanks for listening to me.
Third debater may speak. You said that you can do anything with pressure, right? Well, sometimes pressure can be so bad that you could do some things that you wouldn't expect to do. The pressure gets bigger and bigger in you, and it turns into something really bad, like the photos I will be showing you in a second. This is, you said that you can be a role model, you can inspire people, but this is a famous person, and do you think this person can really inspire you? And this is because of pressure, because this is because of pressure. Because the pressure to be perfect, it gets bigger and bigger on you. This pressure is so bad that you can't stop yourself and you do things that you wouldn't normally do. If these people wouldn't be famous, maybe, they wouldn't be fighting. They would just say a bad girl and they just move on, but there's so much pressure on them. And with these examples, I don't think a person like that can inspire always can inspire those people. And That's all I guess.
Okay, thank you.
Now, we will continue with the third round. Third round will be, you have to choose someone from you to summarize all of your speeches. Okay. And you have 3 minutes. You can start whenever you're ready. No, you cannot ask questions in this turn. You can. Okay, but it should be more like summarization. Maybe you can a little bit mention about the question and then, okay, that's all right.
So, we talked about all these topics and now I will summarize it for you in a short time. Now, we said that we want to be loved and known, and famous people are loved and known. And of course there are haters, but still fans are more. And we normal, average persons have haters and friends, but we don't have fans. Instead, we just have friends, and they can leave us. But celebrities, they have fans that will defend them. Our friends may not be able to defend us at all situations, but celebrities, they have their fans. They will always be defended by someone. And it's a good thing. Even though there are haters, there will be always people who love you also. And just an average person also can experience what a celebrity experiences, like pressure or privacy of life. Our lives are a topic of people who knows us. They talk about us, they talk behind our back, and they say bad things about us, and it affects our mental back too. But for a celebrity, it just makes them more popular and makes them earn more. And for a celebrity that loses their money after being rich, it's their problem. And imagine, if they weren't celebrity, if they were not famous, they wouldn't have money at all. So, when they lost it, well, it's, yeah, bad thing, but it's not about fame. When they lost the fame, they lost the money. And it's still a good thing for fame to have money. If you have fame, you won't lose money, because you have fame. If you lose money, that means you lost your fame, and it's not fame's fault. Fame is still a good thing. And when you lost money, when you are not famous anymore, it's not about not being famous being not good. It's about not being famous. So, again about the woman, I did not say that she left her child and that's good, but she left her child to be famous. Imagine, she left her child to be famous. Imagine how much good thing of famous, that she leaves her child for it. But she can't achieve her goal. She can't have fame, and that's a bad thing for her because she can't be rich, and she lost her child for nothing. And yeah, that's basically all we talked about. And I want to ask you, Billy, if fame wasn't a great thing, why would people sacrifice so much for it and they will put everything they have for it? If it wasn't a good thing, why would people even be okay with dying for it? I want to ask you, to everyone, not a question, but yeah, thank you.
You can take the last sentence as a common thing, and you don't have to answer it. Thank you, debater, for using time wisely and fully. And we will continue with the opposition side. The same rules is wise for you too. You have 3 minutes. You can start.
As we conclude today's debate, it's obvious that the magnetism of fame is not without its pitfalls. My esteemed teammates and I have delved into various elements of the topic, shedding light on the diverse challenges faced by individuals and public eye. Firstly, we discussed the loss of privacy and the limited freedom that accompanies fame. Through anecdotes and real-life examples, we demonstrated how much force can media and public have on celebrities. Also, we show that famous people are not truly free because their every move are watched and judged by the society all the time. Next, we delved into the detrimental effects of fame on personal connections and relationships. We explored how the superficial nature of fame often leads to shallow interactions and a sense of loneliness despite being surrounded by crowds. By shedding light on the isolating effects of fame, we emphasize that human is a social being and being isolated can cause her or him to face with psychological problems. Last but not least, we explored the pressure to be perfect and the mental health challenges celebrities are facing with by using examples and scientific researches. And we also explained how harmful fame can be for mental health and how people can experience substance abuse, anxiety, or depression only because of fame. Furthermore, we reflected on the tragic loss of celebrities who have died by suicide and troubles they are facing with, by emphasizing the urgent need for interventions to solve the mental health challenges celebrities are facing with. To sum up, we talked about loss of privacy and limited freedom, and fake relationships, the pressure to be perfect, and the mental health challenges. Each topic can cause celebrities to face with difficult problems, and each topic shows that fame is not always a good thing. As we move forward, let's remember the importance of empathy, kindness, and support to solve the problems of fame. When we care about mental health and well-being, we can create a world where every individual can pursue their passions and achieve success without sacrificing their happiness and fulfillment. Thank you for listening to me.
Thank you, debater. And we witnessed two Sciences High School debate today, and it was really fun. Thanks to the both sides. Thanks for the courage and everything. Now, juries will decide the winner. Okay, so the first group scored like 276, and the second group 293. But the winner is